when I have people raise their hand, or we did a survey on stage at our 1,000-person event last week, and we saw in the audience that over 90% of people who have read a couple hundred books in their life had not read more than 20 books from billionaires. Why would that be? Well, typically what I'm finding is people are reading books by those who are really good at marketing their books instead of people who are really good at business, or at least as good at business as billionaires, right? It is scientifically proven that if you change the input coming into your brain, it changes how you see the world and what comes out the other side, right? Just like if you eat a bunch of processed food and hot dogs and potato chips every day, you can guess what's going to happen. Well, it's scientifically proven that if you digest a whole bunch of violent movies, you have more violent thoughts. If you digest only information coming from Republicans or Democrats for 2 years straight, nonstop, it makes you think and see things more like them, right? We all know this. It's pretty common sense, but it's also scientifically proven. So if you want to learn anything, let's say business, investing, how to get more deal flow, how to invest like a family office, well, you could learn from the best of the best, or you can learn from people who are pretty good at it. And at most investment conferences and most investment books are written by people who are just pretty good at it. So if you want to learn basketball, you could learn from one of the best players at the college level from Duke, or you could learn from Michael, right? Why not listen to books and interviews from Michael Jordan before you listen to advice from a college kid, right? That seems obvious, but what I found is that when I have people raise their hand, or we did a survey on stage at our 1,000-person event last week, and we saw in the audience that over 90% of people who have read a couple hundred books in their life had not read more than 20 books from billionaires. Why would that be? Well, typically what I'm finding is people are reading books by those who are really good at marketing their books instead of people who are really good at business, or at least as good at business as billionaires, right? Until you've read every book written by a billionaire, why read books written by anyone else, including myself, honestly, right? Okay, there might be a reason. Maybe somebody wrote a book on how to grow, scale, and sell your manufacturing company. That is such specialized knowledge. Maybe you have to read that book and make an exception. But most of the time, we're just getting recommended books by people who are really good at writing, who are really good at marketing their books, or have a big media house behind them, and we should be consuming information from billionaires. I've read over 60 books from billionaires now. Here are some of the best books I have read. I would encourage you to take a quick screenshot of this and go buy 3 to 5 of these books right away. What It Takes by Steve Schwarzman, the bottom left-hand corner, killer book. The first 2 books up there by Tillman and Mark Cuban, fastest books to read here. And then Am I Being Too Subtle on the right by Sam Zell, another amazing book. I would start with those if you're not sure where to start. There's over 1,000 videos from billionaires on YouTube. How many of you watched? Probably only 1 or 2, or 5 or 10. Have you even consumed 1% of the insights that are basically free in the world from billionaires? Probably not. So what I'm doing is going around and interviewing billionaires. We have billionaires on stage doing fireside chats with us. We had 3 billionaires at our event last week. We have 2 billionaires booked to speak at our Beverly Hills event coming up in March. And my goal is to interview 100 billionaires and ask them 3 powerful questions each, and then post all of that for free on billionaires.com.